Hello, I'm Rachel Carroll, President and Managing Partner at Edison. Today we'll be speaking with Pan-African Resources that on September the 16th have reported impressive full-year results that saw increases in production in spite of an environment that has caused significant challenges for most South African mining companies, a 25% growth in revenues, a 93% growth in headline earnings, and a record dividend. It's a pleasure to speak today with CEO Cobus Lutz. Cobus, welcome.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for having me.
Great. Well, congratulations on some great results. If we could begin with a brief introduction to the company and your two main assets, please.
Great. Yes, thank you. So Pan-African Resources, we are listed currently in Johannesburg on the JSE and then on the A market in London. And then we've also recently launched our ADR program in the US. As you say, we're a South African gold producer, producing gold from two major gold mining complexes, the one being Barberton Mines and then the other Evander Gold Mines. So very briefly, Barberton, which has been our flagship for many years, produces about 100,000 ounces of gold per year. It's a very interesting and unique place. Barberton's been mining gold for the last 130 years. So, it's one of the oldest operating gold mining complexes in the world. And it still has a very long life. Barberton's life of mines from the underground is more than 20 years at this point. So yes, the Barberton complex gives us about 100,000 ounces of gold a year. And then we have the Evander Gold Mines complex also. And Evander gives us about 90,000 ounces of production per year, principally from tailings retreatment. So that is where we retreat old surface tailings and we extract the remaining gold. And technology has advanced in recent years, so it's exceptionally profitable. At Evander, at our plant, what we call Elakulu, which means the big one, we produce about 60,000 ounces of gold a year at an all-in sustaining cost of just over $600, which is exceptional.
Thank you so much. And you've shown remarkable resilience through the COVID-19 pandemic, and you seem less affected than some of your South African peers, even though ironically the stock seems to be trading significantly below the peer group. What, in your view, is the reason for the strong production performance?
Well, Rachel, we were very proactive in terms of managing the impact of COVID. And fortunately, the South African mining industry is geared towards dealing with communicable diseases. So, yes, we were very quick to react, put protocols and procedures in place. And because we saw such a large portion of our production from surface, so surface remining constitutes some 50% of our production, we were able to maintain pretty much steady state production from those assets throughout the onslaught of the pandemic.
And actually, the Edison research note, which you can freely access, the Edison research note that you can freely access on the Edison website from July 28th goes into some detail on your production. Moving then, Cobus, to financials. So you posted some impressive numbers for the year-end results. Could you give us the highlights, please?
Sure. So we're very happy with the result given the headwinds we faced principally as a result of COVID. And the other important point is that we achieved these results at a much lower average gold price than what is the prevailing spot. So, the gold price in the year past was about 20% lower than spot. So, that bodes well for the year ahead. But in terms of the highlights, as you say, we managed to increase headline earnings by some 93%. Also importantly, we managed to pretty much halve our net debt. And we're actually forecasting that if the current gold price remains, we should be debt-free by the end of the financial year, which is FY21. And that also takes into account the record dividend that we declared as part of this result. Or it's a dividend that we're proposing for approval at the upcoming AGM. So in the past, Pan-African was a sector-leading dividend payer, and we certainly have the ambition of getting back there in the years to come.
And in our estimation, the dividend could be in the top 10 of the 56 miners expected to pay a dividend in the next 12 months. So very impressive. So looking ahead, Cobus, so you have several options to reinvestment. Could you talk to us a little bit about your approach to investment projects and or what investors can look out for in the next 12 to 18 months?
Sure. You know, we invest in certainly our own assets, and that's the first port of call for our capital. And I think we have a very good track record. If you look at the capital projects that we've recently undertaken, you know, I mentioned Elekulu, which was our most recent project. It was a $120 million capital investment. Initially, we estimated a payback of 4 years. But at the current gold price, the project will be paid back in 3 years, which is a very good return. So, you know, in terms of the criteria that we apply, number one is the project has to generate the requisite return for shareholders. And, you know, we're very excited about another project that we have as part of the Evander stable. We call that Igoli. It's effectively a brownfields underground operation accessing a virgin ore body, but utilizing existing infrastructure. So broadly, the parameters or metrics for the Igoli project is that we should have gold in 20 months, and we should be stake in 36 months. Life of mine in maybe is 9 years, but with the option of extending that substantially. The capital investment or peak funding is only $70-odd million. And for that, we'd be able to produce an average of 70 to 80,000 ounces of gold a year at an all-in sustaining cost of sub $1,000, which I believe is very good. So, you know, that's just another example of us looking internally into our organic growth pipeline. And we have a very large resource base as Pan-African Resources. We have more than 36 million ounces in resource at this point.
Cobus, tremendously exciting. Thank you very much. And if you'd like to learn more about Pan-African Resources, please visit the Edison website or email me personally at rachel.carroll@edisongroup.com. Thank you.